Wow, we're live. It's the only reason I'm going live is because I wanted to share a lot of thoughts and I did not want to have to make a lot of edits because there's going to be a lot of editing involved and I just don't have the time for that. Kind of just like I really haven't had the time for this channel in the past couple of years. So I've been absent for a couple of years. The last video I posted was like February of 2019. Um, yeah, it's a lot has happened from that point on until now. And I just wanted to get all of that stuff out there. I'm not saying that I'm coming back. I'm not saying that I'm going to, all of a sudden get serious and start posting videos, even though it's kind of been running through my mind. And I've been keeping track. I got my Creator Studio app on my phone and I look at it every once in a while and I think because of what I've seen on there, um, I don't know. Some of the statistics kind of baffle me because I haven't done anything on here in like 2 years. So, and most of that has come from one video, my CChem title video. That one's got over 13,000 views. So if you happen to stumble across that, thank you so much for checking that out and giving that a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. I've seen all the comments on that. I see them same day, whatever. And so the statistics right now, and that was one of the milestones, by the way. I have a video over 10,000 views. That's just mind-boggling for a channel this small. To have something go viral, so to speak. I wouldn't really call it viral in the grand scheme of things, but for a channel this size, yeah, not bad. The other milestone that I hit, and I hit it a little while ago, and I kind of wanted to do something like this back when I hit it, but I got triple digits subscribers. So as of right now, 108 subscribers. That's kind of nuts to think about it. So I keep looking at those statistics and I'm like, I at least got to come back and I have to acknowledge that. So thank you so much over these past couple of years. If you've just randomly come across a video and then decide to subscribe, I appreciate you guys. Personally, I would have thought that, during this time I would have been slowly losing subscribers, but for whatever reason, you guys have decided to stick around or maybe just forgot about me. And some of you have decided to randomly subscribe, and that's awesome. So these last couple of years, a lot of things have happened, and I will always take my personal life and prioritize that before, any hobby of mine. So I have been making YouTube videos. Technically, I started making them in 2009 on a different channel. So it has been a very, very, very long time since then. And I've never, during any of that time, taken it seriously. I've never taken myself serious. Even right now, I'm not taking this serious at all. I'm just trying to get a lot of thoughts out there. And, oh, geez, I lost my train of thought. I'm so distracted. I've actually not gone live before ever. So I'm just kind of looking at this interface and very distracted by it. But a lot of things have happened, and I've tried to prioritize my personal life. And some of the things that have happened are pretty monumental. So in the last 2 years, I mean, the first thing I'd have to say is that I adopted a dog. He's just sitting right over here. Moose, come here. Come on. Come on. Over here. Over here. He's normally pretty quick to get on the couch. Come on. So this is my buddy, the good boy, Moose. And yeah, he's been very, very distracting at times. So I don't know about you guys, but anybody that keeps fish tanks that also has a dog, I have never seen anybody ever say that they prefer their aquariums over a dog, or even a cat for that matter. More so dogs. And I'm kind of in the same boat. I love this guy. And I don't know, there's only so much level of interaction with aquariums. And, this guy keeps me busy. That's for sure. And then after that, I got engaged. And since then, I've also gotten married. So, I've been keeping very busy here. And all of those things have just taken priority over making YouTube videos, which for me has always been just a hobby. And, things haven't exactly slowed down here. So I'm going to be hopefully, knock on wood, fingers crossed, buying a house here at some point this year. Of course, during an absolutely crazy house market. And all of these, and at least my wedding taking place during the pandemic, having to just keep it as safe as possible. And, just the added stress of the pandemic has, it took its toll for a while. It took its toll for a little bit there. And because the company that I work for is, a pharmaceutical manufacturer, we cranked out a bunch of hand sanitizer at work. So while a lot of people, like my wife, were out of work for a little bit, or their hours were reduced, or just their place of employment just shut down altogether, my place was rocking and rolling, and we were working overtime, more overtime than we wanted to, more weekends than we definitely wanted to. But we were making a lot of money during it. And that's just kind of like the nature of the place that I work at is, we do thrive a little bit. We are able to capitalize a little bit on, certain events. Like we make a water purification tablets. So, during like an earthquake, earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis, we're able to actually, unfortunately, make some money off of other people's misfortunes, which kind of sucks, but that's just sometimes the nature of different businesses, different industries. Just there's been so many things going on these last couple of years. I never even thought of making more YouTube videos. So you're probably wondering where I'm at with all of this right now. So last I left you guys with here, I got the 55 gallon. That was actually the last video I posted, was an update on the 55 gallon, just kind of showing that off, as well as I got a 20 gallon tall over here. And well, some things have changed about it. Like for instance, another huge reason as to why I wasn't making videos on here is, one, I am a little bit embarrassed with how things were turning out with these aquariums. And secondly, I just was totally unmotivated. There was no inspiration for me at all, which is weird to call this channel Aquarium Addicts. But, for a long period of time, I just loved watching videos of, other people's aquariums and keeping my own, and, going to local fish stores and stuff like that. I love that. And I still do have some appreciation for it, but the passion was lost for a while, until a new local fish store opened up right in the town that I live in here. Checked it out the day it opened, and I knew right then and there I had to do something a little bit different with the 55 gallons. So what I actually did, and I'll just show it real quick. 55. Not a ton has changed about it. I don't have all the plants and stuff in here anymore, and I parted ways with a lot of the other fish that I had in here. Now I got a flower horn, a fish that I wasn't necessarily planning on keeping here, but I don't think I could pass it up. I found a little bit of inspiration with him again, or her. Probably him. I'm just assuming it's a guy. I'm just assuming it's a male flower horn. So that's where I'm at with the 55 gallon. I removed the substrate, not all at once, of course. I didn't want to cause the tank to crash. Wanted to keep the cycle going. So I, removed the substrate in parts. I got to vacuum out that last little bit that's left behind, a little bit of dust and detritus and stuff. And I'm going to just cover the bottom in a layer of sand because I had 88 Amazonia in there before. And as you guys might know, cichlids like to dig around, and the flower horn is just another type of cichlid. So he was rearranging the Amazonia, and I was getting some pretty bad algae in there, partially because of that. So I decided, okay, I'm going to remove it. I'm going to put in something inert, no nutrients, nothing. And I'm just going to have a nice, simple tank, a tank that hopefully will have a little bit less maintenance, because one of the reasons why I was so embarrassed, so frustrated, so unmotivated with the 55 gallon before is because I just couldn't get the plants to grow the way I wanted it to. And I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I see algae and I see yellow leaves and I just see the plants struggling to grow. Granted, I'm not doing everything perfect. I probably would have benefited from injecting carbon dioxide, and I wasn't doing that. And I wanted the plants to grow without doing the extra work and putting in the extra money that would have been required. And I just said, to heck with it. I'm just going to keep a nice simple tank. I'm not going to keep plants in it. Having the flower horn does kind of limit me to only having the flower horn. Fine, whatever. One fish is fine. I wanted to have a community tank, but I really like this flower horn. Granted, it's not like show grade or anything like that. I got it at a pretty reasonable deal, so it's not going to have the best coloration. And before anybody says anything, I already know that 55 gallon is maybe just a little bit too small for it. So what I'm really hoping for is that once I purchase a house here, I can go ahead and get a 75 or even a 120 and just kind of upgrade things there. So that's where I'm at with that. And then I've got the 20 gallon here, which not using it as an aquarium anymore. I'm just using it as like a little makeshift terrarium. So what I just did was put some cactus potting soil in there and just threw in some cacti. And that's what I've got going on with that. Water it once in a great while and just see what happens with a little bit of natural light and the aquarium light that I had on it. What's the worst that could happen? Ideally, I would like to get back into making videos. Now that things have kind of slowed down a little bit, right? I'm past my wedding, and work has slowed down a little bit. We're still technically in the pandemic, so there's not a whole hell of a lot going on. And I don't know. I'm not making any promises. We'll see what my future holds. Maybe YouTube's a little bit of a part of it. But until then, I guess I'm just going to sign off here. Say quick little hello and a goodbye. Don't know for how long, but yeah. Until the next one, Aquarium Addicts.